Hi, here we are. We're going to talk about functions with parameters. As you can see, I've created two functions, one to spin right, one to spin left. Over here, I've called them one for each. And if I run my program, it'll spin right and then left for 500 milliseconds. Let me make this a bit bigger, which is half a second. And you know what? I can actually duplicate these. And I can kind of add in. And if I run it, it'll spin left, then spin right, then spin left, and then spin right. All right, easy. So now the problem is, what if I want to spin longer for some reason? Well, I could create a whole nother function and then change the milliseconds and all that other stuff. But I can do something called a parameter. So if I grab this one, or actually if I just take the ones I already have and I click on the little wheel, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you. I click on the little wheel and I'm going to put an input name. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to give it time. This is going to be our length, right? How many seconds? Or I could put milliseconds. How many milliseconds do I want it to go? And all I do is I put it right inside here on the inputs. Now, get rid of this. It says spin right with milliseconds. Now, right now it still says 500, but I want this to be this milliseconds number that we're going to enter. So I'm going to go back down to variables, and look, there it is. And I'm just going to put this right here. Okay, so now let's make this a little smaller. So now when I run this, it wants me to put in the amount of milliseconds. And I'm just going to go to math and get a number from the top here and put it here. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to duplicate it and put it right down here. And now take a look. I can do 500 milliseconds. I could do 100 milliseconds. Maybe make it a quicker action. Let's run it. Beep. All right, now notice my spin left still has 500 milliseconds. So I'm going to do the exact same thing again. I'm going to click on the little sprocket, get an input, put in milliseconds. I'm just going to put it right in here into the inputs, and then it appears. Then I just go over to math, grab a number for each one of these. And I can be like, all right, I'm going to make these 100. Let's see my move here. I think I need to save it. Let's see what happens. All right, it's kind of spinning for, oh, you know what? I didn't change it in here. I forgot to change it. That did not work right. So I'm going to get rid of this. I have to go to variables. So when I created this milliseconds, it actually created a variable, but I have not used it inside here. So I'm going to go to variables, and sure enough, there it is again. I probably should have called it something different so that it wasn't, so it doesn't get confused. Let's see if this works now. Let's see, run. Yeah, it just went back and forth real quick. And like, let's say I want to make like a little wiggle function, right? Where it just goes back and forth. So watch this. I can actually do this. I can be like, all right, wiggle. And I can take all these and put them in here. And I can actually duplicate all these probably. Can I duplicate all of them? Not in this thing. So I'll just do this. I'm going to duplicate one. I'm going to put it in here. Oh, I can do it all. All right, cool. And I can duplicate it again. And now I've created another like dance move, but it's full of functions. Let's see it go. All right, I'd never called it in here. Duh. So I'm going to grab, oops, see how wiggle magically appears? And look, I was able to kind of create all these custom ones. There it goes, and it's right back. So, and what's nice about it is I can just keep calling spin right, and I can change it every time. I'm like, well, you know what? I want to create another move where it goes longer before it turns back. Well, I can do that. Otherwise, I would have had to rewrite the entire function. So that's a basic of parameters. It's great for